Well, 680's business editor Richard Southern joins us. And Richard, Pride Weekend, that means big money for the city, the province, and even the country. The parade and associated events have a huge economic impact.
Yeah, it's gotten so big now, Francis, that it really is an important economic event. Let's take a look at some of the numbers associated with the big Pride Weekend. Overall, it brings in $325 million to Ontario's GDP. Major impact there. $165 million is what's kicked in combined tax revenue for all three levels of government. Look at that, the last point, 4,000 jobs directly supported by the festival. That is big. Pride Toronto telling me, Francis, that the average person that goes this weekend spends about $213 each. $12 million spent on hotels, $33 million on bars and restaurants. So good for a number of reasons, and the economy just one of them, Francis.
Well, it is a happy Friday for our portfolios. The TSX closed at an all-time high.
It sure did. The TSX jumping more than 100 points today, going out, as you say, at a record high. And it came as the price of oil, Francis, saw a major jump. Oil was up $3 today. OPEC, the oil-producing countries, they got together today, decided to increase oil output, but didn't increase it as much as expected. So big rally for the energy stocks. Did see BlackBerry shares fall 9% on some disappointing earnings, but basically everything else was up. The loonie even bounced off a one-year low, picking up a quarter of a cent. So as you say, nice way to go into the weekend at an all-time high.
But car company stocks, stuck in reverse as U.S. President Donald Trump threatened big tariffs on European auto imports.
Yeah, he did. Trump threatened to escalate the trade war with Europe by imposing a 20% tariff on all U.S. imported European Union assembled cars. And his threat today came as the EU enforced tariffs on $3.4 billion worth of U.S. products in retaliation for U.S. tariffs. So, you know, we got Trump here with a trade war on three fronts now, with Canada, with China, and indeed with Europe. And it's thrown a bit of a head-scratcher, Francis, because as it turns out, a lot of these European automakers, BMW, Volkswagen, and Daimler, they actually assemble a lot of their cars in the United States. So the threat was a bit of a head-scratcher, but we did see shares in those automakers move lower today.
So it's a question we have to ask. Are you going to McDonald's now for a burger or actually a coffee? And it turns out that the Golden Arches may be expanding their cafe footprint.
They are. They have two of these McCafes open. One of them's in Union Station, whereby they just sell a wider range of coffees, these baked goods that we're looking at, and some breakfast items, but no burgers and no fries. And that's proved so successful that they're expanding that. They're going to open a lot more of these McCafes, as they call them, across Canada. It's being driven, the coffee consumption here in Canada now, Francis, by 18 to 24-year-olds who have seen their Java consumption jump 70% over the past 3 years. So the kids are getting into it, and that's why McDonald's sees room for growth in this coffee market.
We're addicts? Is that what you're telling us?
We're all hooked. And you know what? I was talking to a coffee industry expert today. You know what he said they're looking at now? Cannabis-infused coffee.
Of course.
Big coffee companies are looking to get into that market.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and if you don't have enough coffee, well, maybe you can go to sleep. And if you need help going to sleep, how about Bose hoping to get you to drop some big dough on its new earbuds?
They're hoping you'll spend $250 on these. They're called Sleep Buds, designed to comfortably fit in your ear all night long. They block out external noise by basically making a seal around your ear. They don't have any noise-canceling features. They do emit some peaceful sounds, though, that's also helps you to protect against some annoying sounds. They're not designed to listen to music or for podcasts, only for sleeping and relaxing. Be interesting to see if that catches on. That's a new product category there, Francis.
I'm cheap. $200?
No.
And you can't listen to music?
You're out in Mississauga, though. You're nice and quiet. Everything's peaceful out there.
Oh, it's very quiet.
Here in the city, we need our sleep buds, I think.
And okay, well, if it's worth the money to you, by all means. So there was a big ATM heist in India that left officials saying, oh, rats.
Yeah, because it was a rat. Look at this, that got inside the ATM.
That's crazy.
You know what it ate? $19,000, the equivalent of $19,000. Officials at the State Bank of India thought the machine was malfunctioning when customers told them it wasn't working. Technicians arrived to find this, a dead rat, and 1.3 million rupees all chewed to shreds.
Wow.
It appears, though, the rats weren't overly greedy. They left the equivalent of $25,000 untouched.
Oh, well, that's nice of them, isn't it?
How nice.
Yeah. You have a great weekend, Richard.
Same to you.